My name is Brian. I'm here with the George Fox Talks podcast to celebrate this season. I have a gift for you, and you have to pay me for that gift by hanging in there with me for the next few minutes while I tell you a couple of things, and then I will tell you how to get the gift. It's a real gift and it's cool. I want to tell you a little bit about the journey we've taken with this podcast. Not just this season, but since we started it, I think in like 2021 or something like that. Yeah. And the journey has been this. George Fox University, ranked by the Wall Street Journal as the #1 private university in Oregon. We'll have you know, very proud of that. Even if it's not true, we're proud of it. It's real, okay? Wall Street Journal said so. We're the largest private university in Oregon. We're so proud of the work that we do. But prior to the pandemic, we really didn't have an organized university podcast. We just didn't. Like, we would have speakers come, fantastic world-class speakers, our Dalton lecture, basically like award-winning scientists, speakers on theology and culture and history and just every topic available. And we would sometimes capture those on video or maybe like in an audio form, and we would kind of post those in various places. There were various, good attempt efforts to really bring this stuff together, but it was not until this team that's in this room, who you can't see, they should come out here behind the camera. Get over here. No, they're not going to come over here, okay? But they're here. All 4 of them standing silently, trying not to laugh. They are here in this room, and they put together this podcast, which really brought a lot of this stuff together and is giving it to you in a weekly, consistent, organized way. And so we're just so proud of this. And let me tell you what has happened. We went from having no organized podcast like this to having one. So that's like a leap of infinity right there, 0 to 1. So we're really proud of that. But more than that, we started with this YouTube channel, which had 0 subscribers. Maybe a couple of us on the team subscribed to it. Now we have over 1,400 subscribers. Many of you subscribed even just recently in response to maybe seeing a short or a recent video. We're so happy about that. That's a big deal. We went from a mailing list. We have a mailing list, yes, a carefully curated mailing list that just caters to you, tells you when the new content is out. We had a mailing list that had 0 people on it, maybe just, again, a couple of us, to now having well over 300 people on it. So that's huge. And we went from having 0 views and just 0 views to having well over 500,000 views on YouTube and many tens of thousands of more on the audio. So we do this both in audio podcast format, which you can get wherever you get podcasts, and we do this also on YouTube. But many more of you watch on YouTube. So if you're listening to this on audio and you've never watched on YouTube, you should give it a try. It's actually really visually engaging. And if you only watch on YouTube, but you want to listen on a podcast format while you take a walk, you can also listen in that way too. What did we do this season? We basically had a special guest host, Sho Baraka, just a fabulous entertainer, musician, and thinker, talk about everything from AI and the Bible to homelessness and basically every topic that interested him as a person of faith. Just did a fantastic job. So you saw those episodes. You also saw episodes from David Martinez on travel and world, just engaging that, what we think actually at Talks is a deep Christian sense to get to know other people and to explore the world that we live in. Also highlights George Fox's really unique and special Juniors Abroad program, where our students travel at the end of their junior year, which they're just getting ready to do now as I tape this. So really exciting there. And also Jay Miller, who basically engaged so many topics of literature, of theology, of Quakers, kind of has a specialty because Jay is a Quaker or a friend himself by his Christian religious identity. He was able to really engage that intelligently. And so we know our Quaker listeners are out there too for that. So we did those things this season. We're just so happy about it. The back catalog is still there. Everything's still there for you. If this, for some weird reason, you're watching this and you're like, I don't even know what this is that you're talking about. Where is all this stuff? It's at George Fox Talks. You can Google it. You can find it. It's on YouTube and podcast. The back catalog is great. And you can even look at videos from the past. As of right now, we have our most popular video was done and just aired a few weeks ago, which was about the Civil War with a major Civil War historian, Alan Gelso, as well as George Fox University's president, Robin Baker. So it's our most watched video, many tens of thousands of views, very controversial topic, obviously, and we tried to do it justice in the way that we tried to do that here on the show. So look, we're just really grateful for you as a viewer, as a listener. We're going to keep delivering you great content. Like what, for example? Like we're going to take the summer off, which we usually do, but we're going to come roaring back in the fall of 2024 with just an amazing lineup of things still in development. But really, we're going to be focusing on the things we've always focused on, but we're going to tighten that focus even more narrow and just come more directly to you with what we think you want to hear and see the most, which is content on theology and faith and culture. So we're going to really narrow in on that. If you love that, get ready to love it. If you don't love that, you should watch it anyway, and you will still love it because that's what we're going to give you, okay? And that's what we're prepared to give you. That's what we're good at as a Christian university. As a Christian university, George Fox, I mean, if we can't offer you thoughtful conversation on faith and theology and culture ahead of this like wild election that's shaping up in light of our world, which is just in tumult with war and with division and with a lot of wildness, if we can't offer that to you, we don't have anything to offer you. But we think we do have that to offer you, thoughtful Christian dialogue on what matters most in our world. So that's what we're going to be bringing you in the next season of Talks. Start getting excited literally right now for that, okay? All right, you paid the price. Thank you. Now the gift. We have an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, handcrafted. It's not actually handcrafted, probably. I actually don't know how it's crafted. But we have a beautiful metal, weighty but small George Fox Talks pin. And it's a beautiful pin. I have one myself. We will mail it to you physically, whoever you are and wherever you are in the world. If you're in Antarctica or next door in Idaho or in Florida or in Australia, we will mail this thing to you physically in the mail if you will just do one thing. It takes a little bit of a leap on your part, but you can do it. Just send us an email so we have your email address. We will put you on our Talks mailing list. So that's you sending us that email is your permission to go on the mailing list. And just tell us anything. Tell us anything about yourself, who you are, where you're watching from. Tell us some feedback about the show. Tell us something you'd like to see in the next season of Talks. If you do that, whatever format that takes, you could draw us a picture and email it to us as an attachment. As long as we have your email address. Oh, and of course, I should mention, in the email, if you want us to physically mail you the pin, you have to tell us your physical address where you want the pin mailed, and we will mail it to you. It's just that simple. Where do you send the email? production@georgefox.edu. production@georgefox.edu. It'll go to our production team. The email address is right there on the screen. We'll put it in the show notes. It's really simple. Don't delay. You have your phone right now. I know you do. You have your phone just like me. Just get out, pull up the email, type in production@georgefox. Tell us what you think of the show. We'll email you this pin. We really appreciate you. In some ways, we're just intensely grateful for the viewership and how our subscriptions have grown and our views have grown. But on the other hand, we have this hunger that we want to do more, and we think we can do more, and we think we can reach more people with this content. So please tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your mom, tell your people, and we're going to meet you on the other end with great things to talk about in 2024 and beyond. Thanks so much.